Hey everyone, this is JP with Fero. This is the last step for you to become a Fero driver, and it's very exciting to have you here. And I'd like to just thank you for taking the time to download the app and submit your application to come this far in the process. I want to be as brief as possible because we have a lot to cover. What we will be doing in this video is we're going to learn a bit about Fero, why we started, who we are, who we're trying to partner with. We're going to talk about required equipment. We're going to talk about the Fero driver app itself and give you a couple tips and tricks. We're also going to discuss the types of loads that you may be taking, the types of pickup and drop-off locations you might be going to, as well as payment details. It's really important for you to know that watching these videos is absolutely required to approve you as a driver. Once you do watch these videos, we will approve your driver account for all load types other than those requiring a trailer or flatbed. So if you are planning on running a trailer or flatbed with Fero, all you need to do, apart from watching this video, is you'll need to speak with someone on the Fero team to ensure that you're qualified to operate those loads safely before we can add your trailer or flatbed to your profile for trailer load access. So like I said, you'll still be able to run any pickup truck loads once you watch and complete this video and we have your account live and active. There's just one final step, a little phone call with us if you are also going to want to be running trailer loads or flatbed loads, which we highly recommend if you're looking to maximize your earnings with us. Another very important note is you must reply to this email confirming that you have watched all the listed videos and followed all the instructions that we provided in order for us to activate your account and allow you full access to the Fero driver app. Okay, and I'm going to say that again. You must reply to this email confirming that you have watched all the listed videos and completed any other instructions that we provided to you in order for us to activate your Fero driver account. Okay? All right, with that, we're going to dive into the meat, starting with a little bit about Fero and really who we're wanting to work with. So a little bit of Fero history. Fero was created to solve a critical gap in construction logistics, and that is unplanned last mile deliveries. The big items, scheduled shipments of heavy equipment, that's not our issue. It's actually the smaller stuff, the urgent items like generators, pallets, towable equipment that can cause costly delays. Businesses needed a faster, more cost-effective solution, and that's where Fero comes in. Our mission is to connect equipment rental, building material, and construction companies with drivers like you to handle these crucial deliveries quickly and efficiently, keeping job sites on track and running smoothly. It's important to note that we primarily serve the construction industry with a significant focus on equipment rental, construction suppliers, and construction companies. I'd like to dive in very briefly into Fero's core values. Number one being servant leadership. And what that means to us is we lead by serving. We support, help, and empower our team, including our drivers, and that's what makes Fero possible. As a Fero driver, you're not just moving loads. You're making somebody's job easier, helping a crew stay on schedule, and keeping the industry moving. Our next core value is humility. Here, there's no room for ego. We let our work speak for itself. Being humble means staying open to learning, treating everyone with respect, and remembering that every load, big or small, makes a difference. Our next value is being unapologetic. We own who we are and what we do. We know our lane and we stay in it. We show up, we get the job done right. Our customers expect fast, safe, and quality deliveries, and that's what we deliver. And then finally, it is service to our people, to our customers, and then our company in that order. So first, we serve our people. That's you guys, our drivers. We support you with the tools, resources, and communication you need to succeed. Second, we serve our customers, rental companies, suppliers, contractors, and crews who rely on us to keep their operations moving. And third, we serve our company because when our people and customers succeed, Fero succeeds as well. So who do we want to work with? What are the requirements for being a driver with Fero? Comes in 4 parts. 1, having a great attitude. We want drivers that are eager to be helpful. They're kind. They're non-escalating. We want drivers that are safe. You're always in PPE and you know your way around a job site. You know how to be safe both on a job site as well as on the road. You're a professional. You understand your role, that you are here to get things delivered quickly, efficiently, and safely, and you're just overall a pro. And then last, on time. That all of our drivers, we expect them to do their best to be on time and efficient wherever possible. The next topic we're going to cover is some general info and the type of equipment that you're expected to potentially have. It's important for you to keep us informed. Let us know if your info or equipment ever changes. So some examples, if you ever gain access to a trailer, we want to know. That could open you up to some additional earning potential. If you get a different or an additional vehicle, let us know. You can run multiple vehicle types in the Fero app, and you can select which vehicle you're driving under at any given moment. Also, let us know if you have added any hitch coupler types to your vehicle. We run with 2-inch, 2 5/16, and pintle hitch. If you don't already have all three and you end up getting the full set, let us know so that we can update that in your profile in our systems. One important point about trailers, if you already have a trailer and you want to use it for Fero, but did not include it in your application documents, please reach out to us ASAP with your trailer type, the specs of the trailer, and some photos. Trailer loads can be very, very profitable for drivers running on the Fero driver app, so we really want to know about those. Just send us an email, give us a call, shoot us a text, and we'll be excited about it. All right, next, really important with Fero is PPE, personal protective equipment. We have several items that are absolutely required if you're going to drive with Fero. If you do not have these items, you will be removed from the platform. I cannot stress enough how important it is to keep you safe, to keep the folks around you safe, to be compliant with the safety requirements of all the places that you may find yourself delivering to or picking up from. So with that in mind, the required PPE equipment for any Fero driver, the minimum standard is work boots, pants, and a high visibility safety vest or shirt. Okay, that's the absolute minimum. Now, the highly recommended PPE equipment list goes on a little bit further. That's going to include hard hat, gloves, safety glasses, and hard toe or steel toed boots. What we recommend and what virtually all of our most successful drivers have is they already have all these items and they keep them in their truck at all times so that they're always prepared to pick up or deliver to or from any location, regardless of what their PPE requirements are. Okay? Next is regarding securement equipment for a truck. So if you're running a parcel truck or a pickup truck, anything that's not a trailer, again, if you have a trailer, let us know. That has one additional step where you need to give us a call and we'll have a chat with you. But for just running a truck or a parcel truck or cargo van, etc., the things that we want to know about, one, are your hitch coupler types. Again, we run 2-inch, 2 5/16, and pintle hooks. Those are not required to have, but they're highly encouraged because so many of our equipment rental companies utilize towable equipment that use those three coupler types. And if you don't have all three, you could be missing out on loads. Next, I want to talk about securement equipment. If you're running with a truck, a pickup truck, or a parcel van, cargo van, etc., you are required to have at minimum 2 2-inch ratchet straps to secure the loads, and you're expected to secure the loads every time. Okay? It's also highly recommended that you have tarps and cargo netting. Those are a plus, not required, but depending on your location, it may be a very valuable thing to have as well. Next is regarding a TWIC card. Now, some of you may not have any awareness of what a TWIC card is. What it is it's a Transportation Worker Identification Credential. It's called TWIC for short, and it mostly has to do with maritime transportation security. So it's for workers who need access to secure areas of the USA's maritime facilities and vessels. So think anything on the coast in terms of ports. We may be doing deliveries or pickups from those areas, and in those cases, a TWIC card may be required. If it's your first time getting one, it's usually about $100, and then to renew, I think it's about $125, $150 to renew. All right, so next I want to talk about the Fero driver app and go over some key tips and tricks that'll be important for you to know. Note that in this email, as well as previous emails, we have sent the full walkthrough video, which takes you all the way through how to see orders, how to review them, how to take one from acceptance all the way to completion. Make sure that you watch that. It is required viewing for you to become a Fero hauler as part of our onboarding process. And it's important also because if you use the app incorrectly, it can negatively impact your earnings. because if you don't log your steps correctly, we may not track your time correctly. And if we don't track your time correctly, you may not be getting paid for that time correctly. So it's very, very critical to make sure to watch that as well. I'd like to reiterate that the app allows you to contact the shipper, the pickup and drop-off contact, as well as hauler support. So that gives you all the tools that you need to self-troubleshoot any issues that you might have on an order. When you pick up from a location, it's always best practice to call the delivery contact. Make sure that, one, they are prepared to accept the delivery, and two, that the address that you've been given is correct. Or if there's any adjustments needed, you can troubleshoot those at that time. If there are other questions, you can always reach out to the person who placed the order, who's the shipper, or if you're having any issues at pickup, you can contact the pickup contact as well. And then last is that hauler support. If all else fails and you cannot self-troubleshoot, you call that number and you can talk to a human that can help troubleshoot your issue and make sure that you have the support you need to complete the delivery. And remember, Fero always completes the deliveries. We don't just show up at a job site and drop off an item wherever we want. We find the drop contact, we make contact, we put the item wherever they need it, and make sure that there is a clean transition from our hands to the customer's hands when it comes to deliveries. Okay? Once again, I can't stress enough that our highly rated drivers always connect with the contacts before setting out for delivery to confirm the load, the delivery address, and the ETA. So some key tips to cover and review about the app. There are two order types. There's ASAP, which means that the shipper has requested the driver to be on their way to the pickup right away. That means that if you are not on your way to the pickup, usually within 10 minutes, we're probably going to pull that order off you and find another driver that is more readily available. That doesn't mean you have to be there in 10 minutes. It just means you have to get on your way and move as quickly as possible to get to the pickup location. The second order type is later bookings. Those appear in the new job section, and that means that the shipper expects the driver to be at the pickup as close to that time as possible. Next is make sure to review an order before you accept it. Specifically, you want to look at things like your deadhead distance. That's included. It shows you in the little snippet of information that you get to see when you're looking at a potential order. It'll show you what your deadhead is. What's your distance between your location now and the pickup location? We don't want people accidentally accepting deadheads that might be 100 miles when they didn't mean to, because then they have to call us and we have to take them off, and it's this whole process to get it reassigned to someone else. Save us the headache, save yourself the headache, and just make sure to read those details. Other things to make sure to look at are the pickup date and time. A lot of times an order may come for tomorrow, but you may mistakenly think it's for today, and you might mark yourself as on the way when it's actually for tomorrow. So you want to make sure to look at those dates and times. It also shows you your estimated earnings so that you know approximately what you're going to earn on this load, which is always good to know. If you expand the notes section by pushing that little blue icon with the I in it, it'll show you notes and details left by the shipper. So it may have more information about what you're moving or other things that might be important about the order. And something I like to mention about how we run things is we pay for waiting time. I think that's really important for drivers to know, because if there is some unforeseen delay, maybe you get to the delivery address and the drop-off contact is delayed in some way and you have to wait an additional 15, 20, 30 minutes, something like that. It happens in our world. There are delays. Rest assured that you're not just burning money waiting for them to arrive. You're still getting paid for that wait time, which I like to bring up because it's pretty cool because other platforms don't do that. So next, I want to review the types of loads a driver might see. Starting at the bottom, we have parcels. These are the smallest types of loads that we offer. It could be loose items like parts or boxes, something small under 65 pounds, and does not typically require any type of securement. You basically just show up, pick it up, put it in the front seat, and off to the delivery. Next is pallets. Obviously, that's a pallet of goods that would be put in the back of your pickup truck, secured and then driven. You might also receive pipe. You might receive towable items. This is where the coupler types come in again, the 2-inch, 2 5/16, and the pintle hook. It could be light towers or generators, compressors, welders, those types of things. Very, very popular in our world. Next is small equipment, like portable equipment. Could be a small handheld generator or welder, suitcase welder that goes in the back of the pickup truck. Could be a crate of walkie-talkies, etc. Things that fit in the back of your pickup or maybe on a small utility trailer. And then we get to the larger equipment, things like scissor lifts, forklifts, trenchers, mini excavators, things like that that require large equipment trailers. Those are the kind of top tier items in terms of loads and naturally pay the most as well. Next, I want to cover the types of pickup locations that you might encounter. Since we primarily serve the construction industry, it's no surprise that equipment rental yards are going to be very popular. Construction suppliers are going to be frequent. And construction sites, of course, are going to be very common as well. And it's important to bring up all of those because they all, again, tie back to our PPE standards. Each one of these locations typically have their own PPE standards. Some are a little bit less strict, like work boots, work pants, and a safety vest, whereas others, like construction sites, will require all of the PPE items: steel-toed boots, work pants, safety vest, hard hat, glasses, gloves, all of it. So it's best practice just to have it all as well. And then last, there are also secured locations, those that might require a TWIC card or some other type of additional security screening, for example, airports or chemical plants, petroleum plants, things like that, that may be required as well. Next, I want to discuss pay and driver payouts. So how does a driver get paid? So as soon as you complete an order, your portion of that order goes into your driver wallet. We recommend that you request a payout after each order, or at minimum, when you do request payouts, that you request the total amount that is currently in your wallet. Don't do any odd numbers or even numbers. Just do whatever is in your wallet and empty it out at a minimum. Okay? You do have to set up your wallet. And it's as easy as following the steps. You go into the Fero driver app, you tap wallet, you tap withdrawal money, and then add bank accounts. Follow those steps, and you'll be able to tell us where you want your funds to go when you request a payout. Currently, payouts occur once a week, with the payout request deadline being end of day Monday. What that means is that if you request payout by Monday, end of day, we will process those funds the following day, and it typically hits your bank account by that Friday of that same week. I like to mention what haulers can make, because that, of course, is why we're here. Fero's here to serve our customers and make money, and we know that our drivers are here because they want to do a good job and they ultimately want to be paid. And what haulers currently make with Fero while they're under a load with us is between $50 and $150 per hour. And that's no joke. If you're running a trailer and moving things like scissor lifts and skid steers and things like that, you're making closer to that $150+ an hour. And then even our simplest loads, like a parcel load, while you're under those loads, you're making $50 an hour, which is just fantastic pay in comparison to other similarly styled delivery apps. All right, we're at the home stretch here. I really appreciate you taking the time to review all this with me. These are the final items I want to cover before we close things out. 1, please save this video for future viewing should you ever need a refresher. Bookmark it in your browser, save this email, star it, whatever the case might be, save this email. If you do lose it, reach out to us if you want to see it again. We'll shoot it over to you. Next is, do not forget to respond to this email confirming that you have completed this video, any other videos we've sent you, and any other instructions. It is critical. If you do not do that, we will not approve your account. So again, let us know that you have watched all the videos, completed all the steps, so that we can mark your account as active. When you do that, we will mark your account as ready to be granted full access and allow 1 to 2 business days for us to process those requests. So once you send that email letting us know that you have finished the video, allow 1 to 2 business days for us to finalize everything on our end and activate your account, in which you will receive an email saying that you have been granted full access, and you'll be able to log on to the Fero driver app and start seeing and reviewing and accepting loads. If you have any other questions for us, please send us an email at haulers@feronow.com or reply to any email that you've received from us. We'll see that and we'll address any questions or concerns you might have. And that's it, guys. Again, I can't thank you enough for watching all of this. Hopefully it was helpful and informative. Thank you for your interest in being a Fero driver. We're all very much looking forward to seeing you online, and I wish you the best and happy hauling.